We are back. In my opinion, the perfect tailgating food has to be chicken wings. You can make them ahead of time, they're jam-packed with flavor, and you can eat them with your hands. Today, I'm making two kinds of wings. My New Orleans-inspired Cajun hot wings and my 5-spice Chinese sticky wings. Let's get started. Now, both of these wings are probably two of my favorite ones. So let's go ahead and get the chicken going first. Now, you can use any kind of chicken wings that you want. Now, let me tell you how I do wings. I usually fry these or bake these ahead of time just so they're blanched. This is a restaurant way of doing it. And then when you come back and you hit them again in the fryer, they crisp up really nice. And then we'll add our sauces to it and we'll be done. So the first step, what I usually do is I dredge these in flour. So what I usually do is just put them in here, shake all the flour off, and we're going to put them in the oil. Since I've already done that the first time, I'm going to skip this step, and I'm going to put them directly into the fryer. Now, let's talk about our fryer for a second here. Now, I don't recommend that everybody fry. Everybody doesn't have the skill set to do this. And the key is I don't have my level of oil up very high. It's just about halfway, okay? And you also can't just turn this sucker on high and then just drop these things in here because you're asking for it here. I know you've been on YouTube and seen all these things from, Ghostbuster stuff to turkey fryers exploding. So I'm gonna check my temperature here, okay? And we're setting about 352 right now, and I'm looking for 350. So we're perfect. So I'm gonna stick this in here. And by the way, this thing's just a couple of bucks at Kroger. Stop by and get one. Check your meat, check your temperature, your chicken stuff. It's perfect. Helps you out a lot. So I'm gonna put these in here, and you just want to make sure that when you put them in, you kind of put them in the oil a little bit. And then you just kind of let them go, okay? Also, you got to remember that when you put cold things into hot grease, the temperature of the oil will go down. So you're going to have to compensate for it. So you have to turn it back up a little bit, but always make sure that you're at 350 because that is an optimal frying temperature. If you go above that, sometimes what will happen is it'll actually overflow on you, and that is really not a good idea. If that's the case, you'll be calling your insurance agent to replace your kitchen, maybe your house, maybe your neighbor's house. I don't know. So I'm just kind of putting those in there just like that, and I'm going to let them go, and then that's it. Now, while those are going, just want to make sure none's sticking to the bottom because that would be bad. Okay, we're going to make our sauces. Like I said, got two sauces. My first sauce is a New Orleans style hot wing sauce, but it's got a little extra something in it than what's normally there. So I've got a stick of butter I've melted in the pan here. I'm gonna turn this up just a hair, and I'm gonna, to this one stick of butter, I'm adding a Tiger hot sauce. Now, this Tiger hot sauce you can find in the hot sauce section. It has a really distinct flavor, and I absolutely love it. I'm also gonna add some honey and some brown sugar. You're like, Chef, why are you doing it? Why are you adding two sweeteners? Well, I'll tell you, honey will really stick to these wings really good. So you've got to have that in there. And the other thing is we're going to season this hot wing sauce with a little blackened seasoning, okay? And this is one that I threw together. I'll put it on the website, but it's real key to getting that extra flavor, okay? Maybe I don't put it all in there. Maybe I put a little bit. This depends on how you're feeling, okay? So I'll take this, I'll stir it, let it get all married together and nice, and we're good to go there. So we'll let that go. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. Let's check on our wings here. Okay, they're coming right along. These things should probably take about 5 to 7 minutes in your fryer, as long as your temperature of your oil is where it needs to be. Okay. So we'll let that go a little more. Move on to our next sauce. This next one is a Chinese. It's my char siu recipe, and what char siu is, it's a Chinese barbecue pork, normally. But I'm gonna do it on chicken wings because I think it's good. So what I'm gonna start with is some ginger and some garlic. And you know it's good when it starts like that, don't it? I got some 5-spice powder I'm gonna add in there. A little cayenne pepper, just for it's up to you. How hot do you want it? Then I've got some sesame oil, some soy sauce, hoisin sauce, which is basically almost kind of like an Asian barbecue sauce. And then two other things. You can either use rice wine, or you can use a Shaoxing. It's a Shaoxing rice wine or a sherry wine. Sorry, and put that in there. And then also to it a little bit of honey. Okay. And like I said, the honey's going to do what? Stick to your wings, right? So we'll get that rolling. And let's stir this one up. There we go. And we'll turn it up just a little so it gets warm. This sauce is done up here, my little Cajun hot sauce here. But this one just needs to get a little bit more on it. All right, now, our chicken wings should probably be done. I'm going to temp these just in case. We're looking for 165. Now, if they're about 159, 160, you could probably go ahead and pull them out, because if there is what we call a residual temperature, okay? And that residual temperature, and it's 160 on the nose, so we're good. That residual temperature will continue to cook these wings once they're out, and it works just about on anything. It works on prime rib, it works on regular chicken, works on just any kind of meat. So I'm gonna pull these out, and I've got a lined plate here with some paper towels. You can use newspaper if you want, whatever you like. But these things have got to get to 165, and they've got to crisp up on us here. And be careful getting these things out. I'm gonna tell you, they'll pop up and bite you a little bit. You can use tongs, or you can use a spoon, whatever you prefer. I got a spoon, it's got a slotted hole in it. This sauce is done. It's ready to go. It's already coming to a simmer. Look at that. There's some nice hot wings right there, or chicken wings. They're going to be hot in a minute. There we go. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these and I'm going to split these between these two sauces. So after these drain, we'll put some of them in one bowl and some of them in another one. Just like that. Just like that. Now, if you've got a really good sauce that you've made for your wings, you don't need a dipping sauce, trust me. There's plenty of different kinds of sauces that you can use. You can even do a rub. You can just throw a rub right on this right when it comes out of the fryer, and it will be good to go. So I'm going to take this hot sauce right here and put it on this one. I'm just going to pour it over here. Remember, you don't want the wings to be drowning, but you want them to be nicely coated. You can always add more later. And then we've got our Asian sticky wing sauce right here that we're going to pour over this one. There we go. So, got my tongs, got my plate here. We're going to go a little half and half action. So you can toss them around like this if you want to, or you can just kind of flip them around. This is what we do in the restaurants. So we're going to put these on a plate real nice on one side with the Asian ones. And Ma, let me tell you what, this smells so good right now. One thing you can also do with these hot wings is if you like a little more sauce and you want them to get a little more sticky, you can put them back in like a rare bit or a plate or something and put it back in your oven. And what'll happen is these wings the sauce will bake on them. And that's what you're looking for there. You want that sauce to really stick. And you can also put them in the oven. You know, I deep fried them. You can grill these, like put them in the oven. Your grill needs to be about 700 degrees. Your oven needs to be about 350. Oh man, this is smelling so good. Perfect tailgating food right here, guys. There we go. So what I'm gonna do to these Asian wings is I'm gonna throw a little bit of toasted sesame seeds. Now you can buy the raw sesame seeds, but I'm gonna tell you the toasted ones, they're much better. So we're gonna throw those over those Asian ones. And then I have some cut scallions I have right here, green onion. And I'm gonna put that all over the top of all of it, just like that. Just so it kind of gives a little added color. Also gives a little flavor and imparts to it. Green onion is a real mild onion. And there you go, hot wing two ways. When we come back, it wouldn't be a tailgate if you didn't have a good beverage to go along with the food. But first, it's time to announce our winner of the Cookin' with Kroger sweepstakes.